Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your mid-October sort of general reading. There'll be 7 cards that I'll pull plus a Lenormand. So we got the 4-leaf clover. I really wasn't expecting the 4-leaf clover, not sure why. I'm just finding the energy so incredibly intense right now. Not sure how you're all experiencing it. It's just this sort of, it's like I'm having this huge tower card moment, which obviously is our sign, and I am just like, I won't lie for you anymore. Is this real energy? And the really nice thing about the 4-leaf clover, it's almost like maybe this truth telling is something that's going to be supported. I think so many of us think, oh my gosh, if I stand up and tell the truth, then something awful is going to happen. And the 4-leaf clover is actually, it's about good luck. It's obviously a very, very Celtic energy. The 4-leaf clover comes from Ireland rather than Scotland, but it's a symbol of good luck. Yeah, and I remember our monthly reading, and there was a lot of luck around resources, a lot of expansion, and the relationship dynamic was much more about shredding old skins. And I don't know what yous are going through, but I'm definitely feeling it right now. So, which is only going to amplify by the time we get to December, when Jupiter goes into Aquarius, Saturn goes into Aquarius. It's going to be a very Uranian year. So yeah, I suppose I'm just getting ready, really. And essentially, guys, the people who love us will love us even more for standing in our light. And the ones that can't handle that truth, they just can't handle it. Then they still need to remain small or hidden. We have to love them, bless them, and go forward and live our lives the way that's right for us. So sorry guys, I just thought I'd say that. I wasn't going to start doing readings, and I just really thought what a good way to tune in my energy and get an idea of what's going on for people. So can you give me, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to wonder how to do the spread. I think I'll do the usual way that I do the spread, but I won't do what's behind us, so there'll be 7 cards, okay? Because I tried to do a version of what I used to do for the weeklies, and it was just too complicated. And I said I'm not doing that again. The general readings are really, really simple. I do get that, but I could not do 24 complex readings every month, guys. I just couldn't. So what we want is a 10 of Wands, yeah, so no longer being held down. And the 10 of Wands is a card of repression, essentially. The gift, hey, the sun, because our sun as an Aquarius is truth. That's what it means. And the age of Aquarius is the age of truth. No more oppression, no more shoving everything under the carpet. That's what we're heading into. And I guess that's why everything's so intense, because everything that's been repressed has been brought up. The challenge is the Page of Swords. So maybe some sort of communication issue going on for quite a few of you. 7 of Wands in your relationship. See, I quite like the 7 of Wands because I just do. I love it. You know, a lot of people think, oh, it's all about being closed. I don't perceive the 7 of Wands, a little bit, but the door is open. It's just there's a certain amount of protection and discrimination. Maybe, I'll talk about it more in a minute. Money and work, we get the 4 of Swords. Okay, that's strange. The Chariot at a soul level, so there is a lot of moving forward. The Chariot is when the conscious and the unconscious mind move in the same direction. So we quite often get into, I would say that's what the fives in the tarot are about. When, you know, a part of us wants one thing, another part wants another thing. Sometimes that's played out in our relationships, or we're in a job, we don't want to be there, but we're in there because of the security. So we're not, our conscious and our unconscious mind are not moving in the same direction. In the Chariot, they are. And it's definitely about moving into our light, into our solar energy, into the truth. It's exactly how I feel. And the King of Wands is the outcome. So some of you might be dealing with a Leo. See, King of Wands and the Sun. So Leo, some of you are obviously dealing with a Leo. Sorry, I said that 3 times. Leo in our birth chart represents our creative actualization, yeah? And if you think of the age of Aquarius, it's going to be Aquarius and Leo sort of access. So living through the heart and becoming a unique person through living with your sense of purpose and destiny. That's what Leo represents. So some of us, that's what's going on here. There's a real sense of, it's almost like there's something rising. And that's so much what I'm feeling. I don't know if that's what's going on for you. This desire energy to shine, to be in truth, to actualize yourself, to bring forward your potential, or you're dealing with a Leo. I don't know. But what you want the most is the end of this oppressive cycle. Okay, so what I want you to do a little bit of visualization, because most of you know I'm an astrologer as well. So, and I probably do more astrology. Actually, I probably do half astrology and half tarot. The Ten of Wands is the period that we're leaving behind. That's the way that I'm getting people to think about it. And because the Sun is the gift, it's this desire to leave behind a period of being oppressed. Oh my God, that Ten of Wands has got me tired looking at it. And it's also carrying other people's crap. Sometimes I think people just come into our lives, make you responsible. So I'm not taking responsibility for this, so I'll give it to you. It's very, very much the Ten of Wands. And you want that over now. And by the looks of this Sun card, there's a real energy towards truth. The Sun card always is also about an awful lot of joy. So there might be a lot of socialization is the Sun. That's what Aquarius rules, remember? Friendship, association. So there might just be an awful lot of light and vitality. But really once, you know, you're not willing to pick up other people's burdens anymore. Sometimes a Ten of Wands can talk about a relationship dynamic where the person's not karmically freed themselves yet. Okay, have to say it. Have I read this card? But this is a cycle coming to an end. Now the challenge is communication. Sorry, I am so laughing. And I'm not laughing at anyone, guys. It's just, everything feels totally mad to me. And I'm someone who follows the planets and what's going on, and so I don't know what it's like for other people. So the Page of Swords is the challenge. It's about communication. Tell me why this little page is the challenge. The Emperor. So there might be a little bit of a communication issue here, because the Emperor is quite stuffy. He's also Aries. Okay, Aries is going backwards, retrograde. When a planet's retrograde, it's not available to us as a source of energy, okay? Because it wants to have an inward focus, and the inward focus of Mars and Aries is, how does my soul want to truly live in this world? There's nothing, you know, everything's so deep at the moment. So that is the purpose of a retrograde. What do I really want? What are my true values? How do I really want to live? There's something about communication. It could just be the transit, or someone that you're dealing with is a little bit stuffy. The Emperor's not my favourite relationship card, because Aries is about self, and it's can be quite a repressed energy. So there might be someone not communicating here, okay? But maybe they're beginning to. Sorry, because the Seven of Wands, I like the Seven of Wands. Now, I work with a lot of people about increasing their sense of personal value and their sense of personal worth, yeah? And that's, to me, what the Seven of Wands means. So it's always a sign, because the door's open. The Emperor and the Four of Pentacles is a very, very shut down energy. Don't always love them, especially when I see them in relationships. But the Seven of Wands, the door is open. So this could be you. And what you're doing is almost like having some boundaries about who gets access to you. Yeah? And just saying, I am no longer willing to tolerate certain forms of behaviour, certain forms of lack of communication, certain dynamics. I'm just no longer willing to tolerate them anymore. We're going to be, some of us might be called to let go of quite a lot, by the way, between now and December. And we're really, really not letting go of anything apart from old identities. So we can step into the sense of empowerment, the sense of, I've got goddamn value here. And it's just, I'm not going to give away my light unless anyone completely meets me at that level. And I can't understand why anyone thinks that's a negative, okay? And that's what the Seven of Wands is about. But the door's open, so it's like I am willing to step aside. But you know that sort of open sesame? But communicate first. Or under these, communicate first, be in truth, tell me what's going on, and then you can have more entry into my life. That's how I read the Seven of Wands. And actually, sometimes I work with people with no self-esteem issue. And when I see the Seven of Wands, I see it as personal value beginning to come back. So Four of Swords and money and work. So don't know what this is about. This is very, with the Two of Cups. We get that a lot, and I work on my own for myself. So the Two of Cups is obviously a soulmate card. It can be about, some people might be meeting someone at work, or there's something to do with finances in your relationships. I might be dealing with clients that are males. It might be one of those things. I do work with males an awful lot. The Four of Swords is a card of needing to recharge your batteries. The best way to deal with Mars retrograde, listen, and I know everyone watching it is under different sets of circumstances. I promise you I do. I'm really not a bypasser. But if the Four of Swords is a card of needing to rebuild yourself a little bit, so rest and rebuild. The best way to look at Mars retrograde is if you're in a position to rest without it being a major issue, like, oh my God, the wolves are coming in, then please take advantage of it, because it's going to move forward very, very fast in November. And then with all big planets going into Aquarius, it's going to be a very, very, very dynamic and very, very big year. So if things are quite slow at work, or you've been asked to take a step back, or there's a need to recharge your batteries, Aquarius, the best way is to try and embrace it. And the only way to embrace the Four of Swords is to not be in total survival consciousness. If any of you are, can you give them a message, please? Because I really am aware. Oh, you do get the Six of Pentacles. This is about rebalance. It comes after the Five. people read this card very differently. Sometimes it's about giving and receiving. Sometimes it's about reciprocity, connection. Sometimes you might be, some of you might be receiving help from other people. Because I asked for anyone who is in, having, you know, because sometimes the Four of Swords is a real difficult card if we're needing the flow of money. But this would say for you, there is going to be some sort of flow, some sort of, that's what the sixes are. They all represent flow. And you know what, see, sometimes Aquarius, it's us receiving the help, and other times we're giving the help. And from an esoteric point of view, they're both exactly the same thing. So, you know, so some of you might have to take a step back, but there might be some sort of support coming, okay? Or this could be new client work, but there's some sort of flow going on and some sort of rebalancing, because the 2s and the 6 are all about bringing balance back to something, okay? Now, again, Page of Swords is a challenge. There might be a little bit of communication issues, and what you're doing is waiting. The 6s tend to be good news, by the way, so some of you are waiting to hear about work, because the Emperor can be that very having to go out in the world, and maybe some of you are having to wait. I would say the 6 of Pentacles is good news. Never really seen it representing anything else. Not once, to tell you the truth. It talks about some sort of flow. And if you're needing to receive it, receive it. If you have to give it and you've got it to give, Aquarius, give it. Because it just keeps the flow moving. Chariot at soul level. So that's about conscious and unconscious mind moving in the same direction. Yeah, beautiful. Because of the month of October, and Mars doesn't go direct to November, we are still going to be dealing with some delays and frustrations, guys. I can guarantee you we are, okay? Mars is square Saturn the whole time, just about. But you might be getting ready and redirecting your life around a new set of values. This could be about opening a door in relationships. It could be about owning your self-esteem, what you'll put up with and what you won't put up with. I love the whole reading. And the King of Wands, that's either a Leo or it's you, okay? The King of Wands, if it's you, it's just like, it's the highest you can get in the fire energy, which is the sun. And the fire trinity is very, very much about expressing your unique sense of self in the world. Always fire and air, to tell you the truth, but obviously in a very, very different way. But they're about expression of the soul, bringing forward the qualities of the soul and expressing them in the world. And then, guys, you do get the 10 of Pentacles. And I wanted to say that because the 4 of Swords is a bit of a weird card to pull here. Yeah, it's a little bit. I can see if you're working for yourself or at home alone, which I do. But it's not a very active card. But I think things are going to start to move for you with the 6 and the 10 and 2. So the 10 of Pentacles is a happy conclusion to a financial story. This could be a new job. It could be something completing itself. And actually there's plenty to share here. Very, very, very high financial card for you who the 4 of Swords, because it can be a challenging card if you want things to happen. It probably the worst, and not the worst, but it's a very passive card. It's a card to take a step back, recharge your batteries. What we're getting ready for, Aquarius, is very, very, very much this huge push on a whole global level into the energies of Aquarius. And because it's our sun, it's going to be our job to step up, to talk about who we are, what we want for the world, what we envision, what we're about. And that will be with boundaries. Honestly, if anyone crosses my way at the moment, I am just like, no, just like, I will not entertain this nonsense anymore, this crap. And that's what the Seven of Wands is about. And because the Sun's the gift, it's doing it with warmth and with an open heart. And what if you do it with an open heart, how the other person responds is their issue. It's their Ten of Wands and it's no longer ours. Yeah, and not everyone's going to be ready for the truth, guys. Okay? Actually, an awful lot of people will not be ready. But that doesn't mean to say you need to go and hide yourself under a bush. You just don't. The ones that are for us love us, and the ones who aren't, well, namaste, dear one. Love you. Sorry, I'm in the strangest mood ever. Aquarius, great reading, lots of love, and all being well, I'll see you for the November reading. Bye.